Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Danny Wilgenbush. I'm 25 years old, grew up in the Midwest, live in San Diego now. Listen, I'm excited to share with you guys a concept that's making a lot of sense to a lot of young people all over the world. If you're watching this video, my guess is somebody shared it with you, and it's because they've recognized a trend. They've started to realize that the economy is changing. The world around us is changing rapidly, and they probably want you to see something that they see. And one of those things is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you're a millennial, obviously you've noticed just like I have, is if you look around at the world we live in today, Uber is the number one provider of transportation in the entire country right now. They don't own a car, okay? Airbnb is the number one provider of overnight stay in the world right now, and they don't own a hotel or a house or an apartment complex. And Amazon has just become the biggest retailer in the world, surpassing Walmart and becoming a bigger business than Walmart. Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, is actually the wealthiest man in the world now. And if you guys look at the golden thread that runs through those three companies, you will see something that most people are missing in today's economy, and that is that the future is online. The future of business is being online, and those three companies took advantage of that. And so the reason your friend tagged you in this video is because they have noticed the same trend, and they have noticed an ability to capitalize on it. And that's why I'm on here. That's why you guys are on here. And that's what I'm excited to talk to you guys about today. So a little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Danny Wilgenbush. I'm 25 years old, grew up in the Midwest. I live in San Diego now. And my entire life, I always wanted something different. And I've noticed that's like a trend with millennials. That's a trend with people our age, is we want something different. We don't want the traditional route. We don't want to do what everybody else did. And that was me when I was growing up my whole life. You know, I didn't want the status quo. I wanted something more. I wanted a great life. I didn't want a boring life. And so what ended up happening is, you know, I always had these big dreams. I was always pulled by the power of my dreams. And the problem was I lived in an average town with average people, and I never grew up around wealth. I never grew up around people who could really teach me how to live a really wealthy lifestyle. So I kind of just did what everybody else did. You know, I ended up going to college, and I didn't last there very long because I only stuck around for 3 semesters, realizing that none of the professors knew how to teach me how to get wealthy. And so I ended up leaving college after 3 semesters to start my own business, because I realized that business owners are the ones that make all the money. They have all the time freedom. They're the ones that get to actually live a really badass life. And so I went off to start my own business, and something interesting happened. I started to realize that I needed a mentor. I needed someone who could really teach me the ropes of running a successful business. I needed someone who could really show me how to live the life that I wanted to live. And so what ended up happening is I was extremely fortunate to run into a group of guys. I met one guy who introduced me to another and another, and they were extremely, extremely wealthy. Between the 4 of them, they earned about a lifetime $100 million. And I had the good fortune to start getting mentored by these guys. They started teaching me the philosophy of the wealthy. They started teaching me the things that they learned. And it was amazing how it literally transformed my life. And what was also amazing was the method that they chose to accumulate their wealth. This is what your friend tagged you in this video for, so make sure you pay attention to this, okay? Is they told me that the number, and I did my own research because I'm a skeptic naturally, and anything we don't understand we're naturally skeptical of, and that was me to the T. But I started to look into this, and they started to talk to me about how the number one method of wealth creation in the last 30 years, it has shifted. The number one method of wealth creation in the last 30 years has been network marketing. It's created more millionaires than any other industry in the last 3 decades. And so naturally, like I said, I was a skeptic, but I wanted to do my own research because I learned something as I grew up. I realized that entrepreneurs lived in a world that everybody else didn't live in. They lived in a different world. They saw opportunities other people didn't see. By the time everybody else in the world would jump on an opportunity, the entrepreneurs were the ones that already made all the money. They were the ones that got rich because they lived in a world that everybody else didn't live in. They saw opportunity when it was truly opportunity. When everybody else says, nope, that's not a good idea, entrepreneurs take advantage. And so I realized that, and I wanted to pay attention to what these guys were teaching me. And so they started teaching me about this industry of network marketing. They started showing me some statistics. I'm a big numbers guy, and they started showing me that this is a $183 billion a year industry. It pays out over $200 million a day. It's an industry that Donald Trump owns a company in, Richard Branson owned a company in, Warren Buffett owns 9 network marketing companies, Citigroup owns one, Time Warner owns one. Those stats blew me away because I looked at like the NFL in comparison. The NFL does $13 billion a year in revenue. Network marketing dwarfs the music industry, the NFL, all sports. It dwarfs the movie industry, certified foods and organics. It dwarfs the video game industry. And so it literally blew me away because I was like, how is nobody talking about this? How is nobody talking about this method of wealth creation? And so when I started really doing my own research and digging in, I started getting developed and learning from these guys. What ended up happening is I decided I wanted to partner with them. You know, I looked at network marketing and I want to explain to you guys fundamentally, just very simply, what the industry is. You know, you have really 2 ways of doing business in 2018. You have network marketing and you have traditional business. What the difference is where the 2 industries, where the 2 business models, the difference between the 2 is where they spend their advertising budget. Traditional businesses spend billions, literally billions a year. For example, Red Bull spent almost $1 billion last year on advertising. Where did it go? The money went on Madison Avenue. The money was spent towards TV commercials, internet ads, billboards, radio ads, things like that. And my guess is if you're anything like I am, dude, I haven't ever called a number off of an internet ad or a billboard or a TV commercial in my life. And I've, 25 years, not once. So what I'm saying is these forms of advertising no longer work. But you know what we do all the time, what millennials do all the time? If my friend says, Danny, you need to go check out this restaurant. Danny, go check out this band. Go check out this new store. Danny, go check this out, that out. You know what I do? I go do it. Word of mouth marketing is the most effective form of advertising in the world. And what network marketing does is they take their billions of dollars and they funnel it into a compensation structure. Instead of paying Madison Avenue and advertising agencies, what they do is they say, hey, listen, Danny, you like our product? Be a consumer. Consume our product every single day. If you want, go share it with people. When you do that, if they buy it, they can buy it from your website. We'll ship the product and you get paid. Every single time I share the product with somebody, I get paid. Well, they take it a step further and say, listen, if you know people who also would like to be involved in something of this capacity, if they start sharing the product with their friends and their friends and their friends, you get paid on the entire size of the organization. What we do is we get paid on the size of consumption and promotion of a business. And so network marketing, what they do is they funnel all those advertising dollars into a compensation structure. That is how this industry pays out $200 million a day to people just like you and me. And the thing I love about this industry is it makes the most sense for people our age. It makes the most sense. We are the most socially connected demographic in the history of the earth, right? We have more friends on Facebook, more followers on Instagram, more contacts on Snapchat. All of the social platforms are dominated by millennials. We have a bigger following. We have more friends, a much larger network than all of our bosses, all of our managers, all of the company owners. And in 2018, your network is your net worth. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And most of us are not monetizing our network. Most of us, the cell phone I'm talking to you on right now, most people are paying for that. My cell phone pays me. That is what this business can do. And so what I want to talk about is this business makes a boatload of sense for young people. And what I want to talk about is just a little bit of what it is the company that we're partnered with. What is this company? Why is your friend so jacked up? Why are they so excited? Why am I so excited? It's because we have found a man, his name's Dallin Larson. He's built 2 multi-billion-dollar health and wellness companies. He went into retirement, but decided he wanted to come out and build one more brand. He wanted to come out to build one more company. That's the company that we're partnered with right now. It's called Viseo. And your friend is excited because you're hearing about it at a point in time where no one knows what this company is yet. And I want to get into that in a second, but I want to talk about what makes this company so unique. Not only is the leadership, if Bill Gates knocked on my door and said, hey, Danny, I'm starting a new company, there's a really good chance I'm going to sell everything I have to get involved in that company. Now, luckily, you don't have to do that here. But the point is, if there's a guy who's built multiple billion-dollar brands, that is a track record that I want to partner with. That is a track record that I want to be involved with. Number 2 is, what has this company done? This company has created the most disruptive health and wellness products, literally can't even be debated, on the planet. For anybody who likes numbers like me, for any real entrepreneurs out there like me, what you'll realize is that the health and wellness industry is a $1 trillion a year market. People spend $1 trillion a year on health and wellness products. Here's the kicker. On average, they absorb 5 to 20%. On average, health and wellness products will absorb 5 to 20%. What Viseo has done differently is they've looked at the technology that pharmaceutical companies use in their drugs, and what Viseo did is they took that same technology, but they put organic, all-natural supplements inside of these, and the absorption rate is, there's nothing in the world that can even come close to competing. So we have the most disruptive health and wellness products in the world, and from a business standpoint, the way I think about it is, if you have a company that is run by a guy who's built multiple billion-dollar brands, that company is going to be a billion-dollar brand. They have the most disruptive health products on the market that everyone and their mother is going to be consuming, and no one knows what this is yet. I'm going to be the guy. I look at supply and demand economics. I realize that there is a massive demand for what this company provides, and there is no supply. I understand supply and demand. I'm going to be the one that supplies that, because what I would ask you is, what would you do if you knew what 2 billion people worldwide wanted to buy? The entrepreneur would say they'd sell that product. Well, even better, you get to be a partner with this company, not just a salesperson, but a partner with this company. So I'm not going to be going into all the details of what Viseo is. That would be for you to get back with your friend and talk about. But what I will tell you guys is this, is that this company will be guaranteed, no dispute, a billion-dollar brand. In our first year in business, we did $80 million in sales. We've only been open for 13 months. We are the fastest moving health and wellness company in history, and we will be a billion-dollar brand. You are hearing about it in the very beginning. That is extremely advantageous. So what I would say to everybody watching this video is, the friend who referred you to watch this video likes, trusts, and respects you enough to show you something they are fired up about. Do yourself a favor and get educated on this, because I will tell you guys this. This company will create hundreds of millionaires, thousands of six-figure earners, and tens of thousands of people make between $20,000 and $80,000 a year in passive residual income. At least do your due diligence. Get educated on what this thing's about. Your friend's not going to try and hard close you or sell you. They're trying to educate you on something they're fired up about, because they see an opportunity for the two of you to partner up and dominate in a way that you've never been able to do before. So I appreciate your guys' time. Get back to the person that told you about this. They're excited about this for a reason. Do your homework, get the research in, spend time with them, and we will talk soon, guys. Have an awesome night. See you.